just guessing like never be will even be alive to into office. We don't even know if we have a country by then. Like seriously, guys, to be honest, after listening to this guy this morning, I almost cried. The pictures he sent to me, the videos, I almost cried. Like I couldn't eat breakfast, to be honest. I swear to God. It's serious. It's crazy. It is crazy. If you think your region or your state or where you live is safe, it's just a matter of time. These guys are taking over everywhere. They are overrunning our military. How can you, like Brigadier General, a Brigadier General that just got commit, like they just handed over to him on the November 4th last week, and we lost him already. And like somebody said, do you know how much it costs Nigeria to train one military personnel up to the level of Brigadier General? There used to be a time when Nigeria will send peacekeepers. Sorry, thank you, Engineer Khalid. I saw your hand. There used to be a time when Nigeria will send peacekeepers to Ekom. If you go to Ekomog, if you went to Ekomog then, over 65% of the force on ground for Ekomog was made up of Nigerian armed forces. But now we can't even secure we used to go secure Liberia, go peacekeeping in different countries, respected on the foreign scene. But right now, everything is just crumbling. And finally, thank you, Engineer Khalid. For me, right, I am at that point where I am saying that whoever is interested in governing the country in 2037 better know that there is a lot of work that this lunatic is creating. And if you know you don't have the balls to make the right decisions, just stay one side. This is not a matter of me supporting any candidate here. I am being factual. If you know as a candidate or potential one that you cannot look a spade and call it a spade for whatever parochial and sentimental reasons, just go. Just shift. It's not about politics this time. We are losing our armed men in numbers. We are just talking about only Brigadier General Uba. Do you guys know we lost more? Military acknowledged the loss of a couple of them. Couple of low-ranking soldiers before this final one came up. We lost about 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken, that I am sure we lost. They acknowledge it, go to their handle. They acknowledge that we lost the way they even garnished the thing. So yeah, Engineer Kali, thank you so much, and Dr. AI. And guys, to be honest, we need to start speaking out and start calling this government and start holding this government by the blockers. If not, they will still find a way to recruit more propagandists to make it look like this thing is just a little, not like the way Nigerians are screaming and yelling about it and try to gaslight you. So on that note, I yield my mic, and Dr. AI, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak.
10 over 10, my brother. As always. I mean, I don't even know how to react to your submission. But then,
Engineer.
Yeah.
Let me add this. Speaking truth to power, especially on our insecurity reality, is not anything politics. It is the truth. It is the fact. Nigerians are insecure. Nigeria as a country does not have security. There is nothing politics about it. And if you cannot swallow that bitter pill, then unfortunately you are part of the problem of Nigeria. We must tell that as it is. We don't even need to, there is no need to go and fall onto any propaganda. Say the truth of what Nigerians are going through. Nigerians are dying. The insecurity is across this country, especially in the north. And that is enough to make sure that this government that does not care about our people, that has put the lives of our people in danger, will be kicked out by 2027. Because any government that is not ready to secure us should go. If it is left to me, Nigerians should pour to the streets. Let the government resign if they are not ready to secure the people. But I'm sure Nigerians are not yet ready to fight their battle. We are waiting for someone else to come and fight our battle for us. But if Nigerians are ready, tomorrow, all of us, let's pour to the streets. If they are not ready to secure us, let them all resign, because they are practically useless. Thank you.
Good evening, all.
Gabriel, sorry, before you go,
Okay.
let me see. You see, when we start up,
Can I be heard today?
thank you, Gabriel. Your mic. Let me just say this thing before you proceed. Because when we are saying there is no will from the government to curb insecurity in Nigeria, we are actually saying the right things. I just saw the CV of Bello Muhammad Matawalli, who is State Minister of Defense. Primary school, 1974 to 1980. Vocational Training Center, Bunza, 1980 to 1985. Educational qualification to date. Primary school leaving certificate, senior secondary school examination, SSCE. That's all. No diploma, no nothing. Working experience. Clerical officer, Old Sokoto State Ministry of Health, 1985 to 1989. Classroom teacher, GGSS Raba, 1990 to 1991. Classroom teacher, GGSS Talata Mafara, 1991 to 1992.
Please drop it on the space.
Yeah, classroom teacher, GGSS Kotarkoshi, 1992 to 1992. Classroom teacher, GGSS Moriki, 1992 to 1993. Then he worked at the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, 1993 to 1996. This is your Minister of Defense CV, and you tell me that we are serious in fighting insecurity in Nigeria. What a joke. Guys, it's open mic, so anyone can jump in at the moment, but then people that have not spoken, Gabriel, LP, and Turaki, and then Stony, you guys can speak any moment.
But you have something you want to hop in to add to the conversation. So let's make it lively and natural and all that. Shouldn't be something artificial. So let's make it natural and let it flow. 2-3 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to, let me go. LP. Good evening, AI. Good evening, 10 over 10. 10 over 10, your submission was similar to what I found out today. Because I was with two military guys today. Where I went to service gen and I got to meet them. The guy that was servicing my gen was a military personnel. And he dropped out and started to open his own service place where he serviced all kinds of gen. And his colleagues normally come there. So I met them there today. So on the call of discussion, and I asked them, did they see what happened to their brigadier general? They said they saw it. The one that came from BI today told me that he saw it, that thing was a planter setup. He now told me work with that man. Everything you said here, how when that man resumed that position was just exactly what he was saying. He said that the guy is well informed, that guy led those guys to that place. And when that thing happened, that the guy gave an intel where he was. That it was the minute he gave that intel, that was when they ambushed him. That we should forget what is going on. That military right now is nothing to write home about. This one I was discussing with is a military guy, but it's from like Idoman speaking region of Benue State. So in answer, and I asked him, from Navy Town here down to Ojo Barracks, what I noticed is that out of 100% of military personnel there, I found out that you guys are like 50%, like almost half of the people there are all from Benue State or Plateau or all these middle belts. And how come this insurgent is ravaging your area and you guys are doing nothing about it, not even meeting your boss to say something about it? What he told me is that it's beyond their power, that they cannot handle it. That, to be frank with me, there is even them that are scared of going home without wearing mufti, them that are military personnel. That sometimes they go to battlefront and they will tell them to drop their phones, not to carry their phone. They will give them an assignment. They won't allow them to carry their personal phone because of recording. They don't allow them to record anything there. And so that's how so many of them, like the one that dropped, that one that resigned, said that he was how did they put it? That he was and he served at Damboa, somewhere in Brunu, I don't know the area. And he told me how bullets touched his head. He showed me the mark. That he was the one that he was the one that took the treatment for himself. Then after that treatment, he now decided that he was not going back to military. That was when he retired. The one that is servicing agent. I said, okay, the way you guys are talking, what is the solution? What is the way forward? They said, I thought the same way he just said it. The way he said that, I thought that they said Donald Trump want to do something about this. I said, do you believe that Donald Trump will do something about this? He said that is the only hope. That if we know the way we can push it, that is the only way we can get it. You understand? That is the way we can salvage this menace that is facing us right now. That if we are banking on the military, that they cannot do it because so many of them are now saboteurs. The informant are deep in the military right now. That you can't work with them. That are working there, they send it to a place that you can't stay. They desert. They run away. That was what the military man was telling me today.
Do you know how the military is now compromised? Do you know how they are compromised? Now let me tell you. I'm in Kaduna, okay? You see, the military is a sophisticated, like a zombie kind of like an occult where you have to if they don't give you order, you don't act. Now, how did they come about, being infiltrated by these people who now, whereby a brigadier general gives his location and before the helicopter above him gets to him, is picked by these terrorists. Now, when Boko Haram started and they started killing this Boko Haram and they now arrested some of them and they now take them for rehabilitation. That is the problem. Because there was no any other way they could infiltrate the military, either by exam or by anything. There was no any other way they could get into military except this way. Can they write exam? No. Will they be able to pass training? No. Will they be able to go to NDA Kaduna? That is because that is the main base. No. So how will they be able to infiltrate because of course they infiltrated Goodluck Jonathan's regime. He stated it himself. They have stationed themselves in the political arena. So the only standing line of defense that was remaining is the military. And now we have gotten it compromised. How did they get the compromise? And that is how I've stated now. That they came in as repentant, bandits or whatever you want to call them, terrorists. And now we're now forgiven by who? Who gave the order? Who gave the this thing? It's the same politicians. Now forgive them, now brought them in to do their bidding. To do their bidding. So as it is now, just like 10 over 10 I've stated, and the last speaker I was speaking, which I interrupted, sorry, it is only an external force that is not compromised that can do the cleaning of both the politicians that are compromised and the military forces that are compromised. It is only an external force that is independent of these ones that are compromised. Remember, I stated that military is like a zombie kind of this thing. If your commander has not given you a command to move from longitude this thing to longitude that one, if you move, he can kill you. A brigadier general is just like above a state governor. He has how many platoon under him? But now this person that is supposed to naturally has a what will I say? A Google map, like I will say, on his body tied to his phone number. That his phone should be monitored. Now he's arrested, and the only way he could communicate is WhatsApp. That in itself shows you that their channel of communication has been infiltrated and compromised. That is why he was using WhatsApp, and even that WhatsApp self is still compromised. So the only thing
there's something I wanted to add. This one goes to 10/10 because I didn't finish up. 10/10 because there was something he told me. I asked him about this repented Boko Haram, repented terrorists infiltrated into the put into the military. Yeah, I'm coming to that too. Eruku, yeah, I'm coming to that. Now, he now told me that that he's not sure that the repented Boko Haram or what they call it is being it was put back into the military, what was employed into the military, which I'm putting to 10/10. Did you discuss such thing with him? Because what he was telling me was that because me I was the mind belief that repented Boko Haram we are put into the military to compromise it. He told me that he is going to tell me categorically that they rehabilitated them, but they didn't incorporate them into the military. That he never heard of anything of that. But I want you to ask your own because I might be wrong, but I don't know. You understand? So that is one of the things he told me. Now, you look at Eruku now, this Kwara State that they attacked today. Look at what happened there. Look at how they were running. But our police that we are supposed to guide them were busy in Abuja fighting each other with tear gas. They were busy, different group of the police, that security forces of the country were busy with politicians throwing tear gas in Abuja, in PDP, Wadata House. Just imagine the scenario. Your house is burning, but you are chasing shadow outside. The policemen that were supposed to police people are busy fighting. And in short, the country is a joke. Yeah. Let us leave that. The country now is a complete destruction.
Sorry, let me say one or two. The innocent that spoke before.
I have not spoken.
Hey, let's say a big shout out to Engineer Khaled, man. My brother, big shout out to you, man. You know how to reach out in the DM because somebody was spitting a bag of nonsense saying that the military is incorporating Islamists and extremists into its ranks, which is an absolute lie. Yeah, it's a big fuck off lie. Right, so anywhere you hear anybody saying that, just know that that person is spitting propaganda. Right, one thing you have to notice, yeah, I mean, many of you who are in Nigeria, right, particularly those who might have applied to join the Nigerian military, you would know it's a very difficult thing, right? It's a very difficult thing to get in. So there is no way that you would say that Boko Haram people are being incorporated into the military. That is absolute nonsense, right? So please, let's be careful the kind of information what we give out. I know it's an emotional discussion and that, yeah? But there is no need to embellish it with lies, right? There's already so much shit you can say with the situation, what's going on. It's appalling.
Sorry,
There's no need to lie on top of it.
It is not a lie. It is what the government.
It is a big fuck off lie.
It is what the government says.
It's a lie.
It's not a lie. It is not a lie.
It's a big lie. It's a big fuck off lie. Well, show me an exact. Show me evidence. Show me evidence. Show me evidence.
The evidence.
The military man said that is nothing like that. He said that is nothing like that.
There's nothing like that. That doesn't exist in Nigeria. Nobody is incorporating terrorists into Nigerian army.
See,
let me. If even I finished my submission, you would have known where the infiltration was coming. Not from Boko Haram being infiltrated into the Nigerian army. No. What?
Guys, sorry, I didn't even mean to mute. But then let me say this so that everyone can hear clearly. Then I will allow you guys to continue. You see, what is it? The guy that spoke before El Pisha, where you said that how they infiltrated the military or how they compromised the militaries when they incorporated the ex-terrorists or terrorists or bandits or whoever they are into the military, and that was how the military became compromised. I mean, that's actually funny because what we are seeing currently happening, even before the pardon of the Boko Haram people, the military has been compromised. I mean, we saw how Boko Haram started. Fortunately for me, I was actually in school when it started. I was in University of Maiduguri even when Muhammad Yusuf was going corner by corner preaching his own idea of understanding of what the Western education means. Before the Boko Haram, everyone later knew started. I mean, we know how it all started. But then you saw how the attacks happened, how everything was coordinated. I mean, even the interview he gave before they killed him, I mean, it was evident that the military was compromised long before yesterday or before today. And even if let's even assume what you are saying is accurate, that they ended up integrating ex Boko Haram or Boko Haram into the military. I mean, this kind of compromise, we all have to agree that it's coming at a higher level. It's not because for example, if there's any Boko has been incorporated into the military, I mean, he's a recruit. He's not an officer. And what we are seeing, even a junior officer cannot do what we are seeing right now. I mean, we get contacts to get the helicopter. I mean, to bring ammunitions. This is happening at the top level. So if there is any kind of compromise, it's not at the lower level as you want to make your own case, which I feel that's not even the case. But then I have to put that out there. Then let me allow my brother Tushar, please fire on.
Oh, yes. Thank you for clarifying.
I believe that's Elon Musk. He should come up any moment now.
You know,
Oh yeah, it's definitely Elon Musk. It's madness, isn't it? Like, you get me? He has fired all the competent engineers, right? So he's left all the dots. That's why this particular platform has been absolutely nonsense in the past couple of years. But yes, you've pointed out some very salient points, right? That even if you do get in the military, right, you would need to be a higher up to be able to make some certain decisions, right? So there's no way that you could have reintegrated Boko Haram people, ISWAP people into the military, and then they're doing chaos as such, right? Because like you pointed out, they would be in the lower ranks, right? Because there's no way you get into the military as a as a high-ranking officer. For one, you have to go through the National Defense Academy. Then you come out as a second lieutenant, right? And as a second lieutenant, aside being an officer, you haven't much control. You haven't got much control over stuff, right? You haven't got much control. You're still receiving orders, right? And it will take you a long time before you get into a position of power where you can control stuff. I mean, not even a major, can control some of the things what people are saying this, people who are reintegrated to the military are doing, right? So it's absolute nonsense, right? And it's making it more difficult for people who want to combat this situation to do their work, right? You're complicating the situation for them. And I think it's not fair, right? You have to look at the military people out there. I know a few of them who have lost their lives over the past years. I've lost at least 5 people in the military fighting this thing, right? So that's why more times I'm very passionate when people are coming to spew lies about these things, right? I've lost at least 5 people, right? And I'm sure it's more, because if I start counting, there's so many of them who've been lost, you know, and the front line fight in this thing. So let's be very careful and let's put some respect on the Nigerian military as well, right? They might not be achieving what they want to achieve, but they're out there working very hard, very, very hard, just to make sure that, you know, you can actually have a normal life, right? So that you can actually enjoy what you are currently enjoying now. Although I know, they can do better, right? With the right support and leadership. But please, let's be very careful with the way we denigrate the military. Very, very careful. And let's not be...
Yeah, he's saying the truth. Is a big lie.
Okay.
Okay, guys, before we continue, so I have a Malam Jabi want to say something about that of Kebbi, and he's been following that, and he just joined on that. Okay, Shosha, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining us. So I would like Malam Jabi has been following, and he's been following that of the Kebbi issues closely, and he's on ground. So I would like him to also provide us with update on that, guys. So before we continue the conversation. So, Madam Jabi, thank you for joining the Traki. You will speak. So I know sometimes his network, sometimes where he is may not be strong. So I just, since he's up now, I want him to give us updates. So Social, thank you for joining us, Madam Jabir. Thank you, guys. Share the space. We just have we have over 100 people, and we just have 11 retweets, reposts. Guys, let's have 50 retweets, guys. Let's have retweet. Let's have some reposts, guys. So go to the comment sections, click on that repost. Let's get people up so that they can listen to us. Guys, what we are doing is having impacts, and we shouldn't take it for granted. So let me see. So where is this guy?
Okay, but
Madam Jabir, are you there?
yeah,
The mic is yours, sir. So bring us to speed to what's going on, insecurity, banditry in the northwest, and that of Kebbi State, Kebbi, and all. So bring us to speed to that. Thank you, sir.
all right. Good evening. First of all, am I audible?
You are 100%, sir.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, from wherever you are listening. Well, actually, what I will start with is the situation in this country is sad, as in really sad. I don't even know how to express the situation. It is worrisome. It is beyond how someone can imagine. Because I have seen these people. We have relatives there. We have relatives in Kebbi. We have relatives in Zamfara. We have relatives in Katsina, Sokoto, and everywhere. And the news is just heartbreaking. Killing, kidnapping, and even taxing. Do you know that in this country, there are some villages that farmers must pay tax to the terrorists before they can have access to their farms? It is no longer a new thing in Nigeria. It is happening in our own towns, in our own villages. It has become a norm in Zamfara, in Katsina. This is a daily routine in those states. And I think everyone is almost aware of what is happening. Just a few months ago, the governor of Kebbi State came out publicly and shamelessly claimed that there is no single bandit camp in Kebbi State. And look at what is happening in the same Kebbi State. Just last week, a custom officer was killed in the same Kebbi State. A number of people were killed in Bagudo local government. A number of people were killed and kidnapped in the same Danko Osagu under Zuru Emirate, under Yauri Emirate, in Gaski local government. They are neighboring with Niger State. These terrorists have been terrorizing this Ngaski. Now they have left Ngaski, they have entered Yauri. Kontagora are also having the same problem. As in, Kebbi used to be the most peaceful state in Nigeria. Everyone knows this. As in, most peaceful. But look at what is Kebbi turning into. From Kontagora to Yauri local government. Kontagora is Niger State, while Yauri is in Kebbi State. It's just 199 kilometers. One of my cousin brother was telling me, you can no longer travel that road, because I could remember some years back, from Yauri, you can drive around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to Kontagora. You can drive peacefully, listening music, or whatsoever you want to do. But now, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, they can come out. Someone told me, another brother told me, there was a day they spent more than 4 hours kidnapping people on that the same road, while there is an army barrack in Kontagora. Less than 35 to 40 minutes drive. So this is just the situation. Sometimes when I see people, talking about this insecurity, I just laugh, because we are all victims, especially we here in the Northwest. If you as a person, you are not, one of your relatives is a victim, because many of our relatives have been kidnapped, some have been even killed, and nobody is saying anything. But if it is someone's, sex tape, or some useless marriage gossip, penis enlargement, and whatsoever this, you will see people trending these useless issues, where our own people are getting killed, slaughtered like chickens. Even goat is having more life certainty than human beings now, because at least goat can enter bush and do anyhow. You as a man, you cannot go to your farm. The young guy that was killed in Yauri yesterday, he was coming back from his farm, just young guy, not, he was less than 40 years, but they killed him. They kidnapped his brother. One of his brother ran away, entered bush. Up to now, the family don't even know where his whereabouts. Up to now. So you see the situation. And APC, while the incidents were taking place in Kebbi, APC were in Kogi State receiving the campus. And now look at what happened shamelessly, between PDP. So these people, I don't know. I don't even know, how do these people think? Do they even think at all? Because I have seen that in every religion, both Islam and Christianity, human lives are very, very important. Human lives. Both Quran and Bible says a lot about people's lives and properties. So I don't know where these people, where are they getting, how to even put it? I don't know. I don't know how they think, to put it short, because they don't value our lives at all. I'm coming back to this issue of Christian genocide and ongoing killing. As I posted something last week about data. There is killing, yes. Even a blind person knows that there is an ongoing killing in Nigeria. Something is not normal somewhere. But what the Christian brothers, they are very good at gathering information, gathering data, gathering evidences. I have been telling our people this. because data is very important. Because someone that is in America, someone that is in Saudi, someone that is in Dubai, UK, if you didn't show him the data, there is no way he will know what is happening in Nigeria. And it is the data that that person will believe. So that is why everyone will easily believe, yes, there's a Christian genocide, because the evidences are so obvious. Everyone, they have videos, they have written document, they have everything. But if a Christian, if terrorists or bandits killed 100 people in Zamfara this night, tomorrow by 9 a.m., if you go there, you will not see them. They bury them without taking their names, their record, their everything. Even if they will spend entire year telling people that 100 people has been killed. Nobody will agree unless those that were present. So that is why data is important. Today I made a post about a Christian, a reverend father that has been kidnapped in Kaduna. Their body, their Christian body, made a press statement. Then I now use that letter and make a post that our religious leaders, our traditional leaders, none of them say anything about this school abduction. None. I didn't see anybody. There is nobody, no organization that comes out and say anything about this thing. But when it is useless things that doesn't really matter to our lives, they will start shouting, claiming that, you know what I mean. So all these issues is just that we just need to be telling ourselves the truth, because these issues that you are seeing, if care is not taken, this thing will consume all of us, because it is obvious. It is obvious now. Yeah, it is obvious. We have seen it. This insecurity, you just be seeing it in TV, kidnapping. They are kidnapping people. But now we are victims, and it will all go around if care is not taken. They are already in North Central. From there, North Central is neighboring Southwest. It will escalate. People are taking it like a joke, but it is actually not a joke. It is the reality that we must do the right thing, because before this thing consume all of us. And the only way we can have solution to this problem is by having good leadership, people with unquestionable integrity, people that knows the value of people's life and properties, not these people that are in power, people with dirty reputation. It is obvious. It is a general knowledge. Almost all these people, if you check their record in the past 10, 15, 20 years, you will see negative thing attached to them. So why will we continue allowing these people to keep on, just playing with our own future? And if care is not taking the future of our own children, it's not going to work. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alan Jabir, for your updates and also your opinion. So, guys, we are still having an open mic, so if you want to speak, okay, Valerie,
Yeah.
we've been going
Okay.
up.
Okay, so I'm free to speak.
Yeah, let's Valerie go. You can go after.
Okay, Valerie.
Yeah, thank you so much, Engineer Khalid. Hi, Dr. AI and Madam Jabu and everybody here. So I want to speak specifically on the Kebbi School Girls Abduction. I hear that this is happening. Number one, I hear that these are harmless kids just trying to get an education, and then they are terrorized like this. I think this is so traumatic. This is a repeat of the Dapchi girls incident, as well as the Chibok girls, and it's really really bad. It's annoying. If you guys saw the post, that the security personnel in that area were aware that an attack could happen, and they actually went there 30 minutes before the attack. I don't know if you guys have already spoken about that. And it just leads me back to the point that isn't the military compromised or security agents or whatever? Because when social came up and said the military isn't compromised, there's so many factors, so many times that the military have failed Nigerians. Military has actually failed these communities that have been attacked. Even in your WhatsApp, we know that the security operatives had intel, but they didn't ask. So, what other reason can there be except that they actually want these attacks to happen? I don't think it's a coincidence because it's not just one time, two times. Like this, these are multiple experiences, as well as this brigadier general's death is really suspicious. To be quite honest, like we have every evidence to say that the military is covered. And also, apart from that, I was also going to ask if anybody can tell me why there is a military school for Islamic studies. I don't get that. Like, I think that we should understand that religion is religion, politics is politics. I know sometimes they clash, but I don't understand why sometimes they mix the two because I actually saw a picture. I was even looking for it so I can post it. I don't know if you guys already know that where there is a military school for Islamic studies. I don't know if someone can explain. I guess Madam Jabir is raising his hands, but I've really not understood because I know that they rehabilitate most times they rehabilitate terrorists, and I don't know if they're putting them in the military. I think there's some evidence to support that because if there's something like the military school for Islamic studies, like I've been saying, then they're teaching them Islamic studies, and obviously they may be how would I put it now?
Wait,
They may be
see, I don't know why you look like just creating boogeyman for no reason, right? So the military is an institution like any other institution, right? And it has to cater for all the different religions in especially the established and official religions in Nigeria, right? So the same way you've got a military school for Islamic studies, right? There's also the Nigerian Army School of Chaplaincy, right? So it's nothing out of the ordinary. You find this in every country's army, what, has different religions in there. So there's no reason to be, creating all this hula about nothing, right? See, your problem is not Islam, right? You have a criminal problem, criminals doing criminal things, right? And the more you focus on the criminality of whatever is going on, the quicker you will be to a solution. But if you want to be pointing fingers at religion, right, you would be alienating and isolating people you can work with to make sure you bring this to an end. Right? And the best way to approach this is by working together, each Nigerian hand in hand, right? There's been a crisis of trust. And if we don't start, solving that situation now is going to be a bigger one. What we're witnessing now would be, a drop in the ocean compared to what would come, right? Because, like I said, we need to be united to approach this. And if we're not united, right, this would be a bigger problem. It would be a bigger problem. As long as we all believe in Nigeria, right, let's respect each other and respect each other's religions, right, and focus on solving this criminal issue as a criminal issue, right, without pointing fingers at anybody else. Right, but creating boogeymen is not going to take us anywhere.
Thank you so much, Social. Actually, I'm trying to find a solution to this. You understand? And I'm like, I still stand on my point that there's so many reasons to suspect that the military is compromised. There's so much reason to suspect that. Yeah, we need to come together. That one is a fact. But like, from the top, the government at the top, I don't know. Somebody even came up and said in Jonathan's time, the government infiltrated terrorists to come in and destroy the whole regime. Like we're still seeing that happen now. And then lastly, let me just go back to the Kebbi State schoolgirls abduction. I still like that the Kebbi State governor is trying to do the needful and call the security and tell them like, because they actually told them today that why did it happen when they were there to protect the people. I literally saw in a post that the security operatives were taking pictures with the girls. I don't see that as surveying the area when they had intel that something like that would happen. Why were they taking pictures? That was what an eyewitness said, I believe. And they were just having fun and games instead of looking at the situation. So I don't get that part. Like I don't get it. And I think the Kebbi State governor, yes, he has even given them a timeline to bring back the girls and everything. But I just hope it's not just paper. I think he needs to really find out what went down with the security operatives because they are to blame, if you ask me. They are to blame for letting this happen. Because even if you leave that place, at least you should surveil the area. I don't know if that's the right word. You should actually still be around the vicinity and make sure it doesn't happen. If you have intel that they're about to attack, why would you go there into the school? You leave, then 30 minutes they come. As you how long did you stay in the school that you now decided it was safe enough for you to leave? How did you not make sure and take all your time, even at night, the way you see in American movies that when they are trying to protect witnesses, witness protection, you see the police outside parked cars, not directly in front of the street, at least they're around. So I don't know what the security operatives are learning, and that's why Brigadier General would die, like because of they are not that coordinated. So I don't want to speak too much. I just want these Kebbi girls back, and I think we should do the same thing. It's not about the numbers. Chibok girls were a lot, right? I believe 300, as well as Dapchi girls were like 100. These girls are 25. What matters is that they are all human beings. They are all girls that were kidnapped. It's not about the numbers. And I think we should use that same energy that we used to say bring back our girls that APC used to get into power to actually say bring back our Kebbi girls because I'm not seeing that so much. I know Madam Jabi, I've been seeing it in your post. You've been vocal about this. Thank you so much. I think that other people, like, I think are not bothered like that because of the numbers. And I think that we should use the same energy because from this 25, you don't know where else they are going to now make it 500, God forbid. So I thank you.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. I think that's a beautiful submission, Valerie. Thank you very much for that. And yes, I totally agree with you. Those girls have to be rescued. And this is something that shouldn't have happened in the first place, particularly considering the current, landscape in Nigeria. This should not happen, right? Because we're already talking about this, the Christian massacre and Nigerians being killed all over the place. You would expect them to be at alert. So for this to happen, it shows that we have a government which, for lack of a better word, is unserious, very unserious for the most part, right? So you're very right. We need to amplify our voices and make sure that these girls are brought back. So moving forward, Engineer Khalid, I don't know if you've got something to say before we move to Mike.
Yeah, Social. You see, I think this is where there is an issue with regards to what is happening in Nigeria, because most people, when they speak about these issues, which most of us are not saying uh, there is no killing of Christians in Nigeria, is the fact that these are sensitive things, and whenever you tie it to, to an entire religion, I mean, people that are supposed to fight this fight with you, they might take it personal as well. We don't have a religion problem in Nigeria. We have a criminal problem, like you said it. I don't know how to put it better, but this is actually where we are, and this is the problem we have. And I think if America, for example, when they started pushing this particular issue, they give it this tone of a Nigerian problem, I think we would have a wave that is bigger than what we had in 2014. but because there is this segregation attached to the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. So you see, when it comes to the American thing, yeah, it's because they're not being genuine in their approach, right? It's more of what you call it, malicious response to something what a Nigerian official done. So they're like, okay, we're going to teach you a lesson. That's why they're grabbing at straws, right? And the information that they were quick to grab, right, at that material moment was one that was suitable for the narrative that they wanted to push. Although there's data out there which would give you the real facts of what is happening. For example, the information from ACLED, right? Amongst so many others that's out there. But what they went for, right, was very specific. That is why, there is a lack of sincerity in their approach. And if you see many of their people who are talking about this, they're talking about it from an uninformed perspective. So there's a lot of conjecture, speculation, and just what do you call it? Just constant misrepresentation of information. Right. So we have to be very careful latching on to that particular narrative because it's not coming in good faith. It's not coming in good faith. And if you want to approach this situation what Nigeria is facing, right, you have to approach it in good faith with the fact that, yes, you actually want to stop the killings and the kidnappings and all the criminality that is happening, right? That's why the needle hasn't moved since they started talking about it. It's more political for them, right? So they're not serious about this. And there's no Superman, there's no Kal-El that is going to come to save Nigerians, right? We have to work with ourselves to solve this situation. Nobody can come and clean your house for you the way you would want it to be cleaned.
Exactly, socials. And anybody that knows.
And sorry, just to add this, right? I think it's a quote from Martin Luther King. What do you call it? Peace is not the absence of tension, right? But the presence of justice, right? So at the end of the day, if there's no justice, right, nobody is safe. But tension, there will always be tension, right? Because we are human beings and by default, we are chaotic. Right, so there will always be tension, but do you have something that will resolve it when that occurs? Right? Do you have justice? Right, and that is what we need to fight for. We need to fight for that justice. So it doesn't matter whose ox is gored, but you will get justice. That is what we need to fight for, not pointing fingers at ourselves, because it wouldn't take us anywhere.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And the thing is, if you look at our situation holistically, you see that it pays America more if they try to divide Nigerians by pushing the Christian genocide issue, when we all know that Nigerians are being killed irrespective of their religion, region, or ethnic group. Mwachi, please, can you mute your mic?
Budget. I wanted
Yes.
to ask you, where is this state police issue? Like, National Assembly are not talking about it anymore. Where are the state police?
See, the state police is not even the solution we need, because we all know when you look at Nigeria's issue, you must look at our condition, our environment. You must look at those that we call our leaders and their tendency to abuse power. What we need is a security structure that will be taken down to the grassroots, that will be working hand in hand with the military, like what happened now in this location where they took these girls. If they had their own local security and personnel there, irrespective of what happened, they will have information. Those that left, they will just be told that, okay, we are under attack and all that. You won't have people
But you
coming
know,
to attack.
these governors, their argument is they don't have control over the military. They don't have control over the police. That's their argument most of the times.
Yeah, that is why we have proposed to them, for a long while to have a security structure whereby they will have every local government and every ward, even to the villages, having their own people that are familiar with the geographical location where they come from, having that security network so that no matter what happens, you see, these people are familiar with the territory that they are staying. And if for any reason whatsoever they are being attacked, it is always easier to, call on backup, where we have our military that can back us up. We have the Navy, we have the Air Force that can. We now center our resources based on where it's been attacked. Because one of the main factors we are facing is we lack, the personnel. We have just few personnel compared to the millions of Nigerians that need security. So we need to make our security architecture robust and leave the people to have a say, whereby even if you, as a citizen, you can call on and report a security threat that is happening. We see how these bandits move, terrorists move. They go on bikes on this thing for hours. They pass villages, but there is no way those villages can even highlight what is happening or even give information to the government. So we must bring all these things together. We must bring our security structure across the country under one unit, whereby
The thing
it
is,
is
this
technology
government,
driven.
they get information. They have information. They have valuable. If they know these guys, they know where they are. You know,
Yes, you see where the like the structure we gave the government. What makes the difference is it's not that they don't have information, but now they can deny that they didn't get information. Just like this one now, they were given information that these people were coming. Who is responsible? Who will you hold responsible? These are the kind of situations that we have to put into consideration. If we have a security structure whereby information is being given and someone is supposed to handle that information, someone is supposed to take up that information, and they fail to do that, then heads will roll. When heads starts rolling, people will start getting into place and doing what they're supposed to do. But sadly, is now you see those people that were told to go and secure those places, they left, and after a while, they were attacked. And it's not the first time. Even Kuje prison, when they were coming to Kuje, they told them, "Oh, they are coming to attack this prison." Blah blah. Nothing was done, and no heads, rolled.
exactly. They withdrew the prison guards from Kuje prison. That was the most shocking part. On that same day, they withdrew them.
You see, so if you have a security structure as we have proposed for the government, the person that gave that order, because most of the time you hear order from above, the person that gave that order will be held accountable. Nigerians will make sure that nothing goes swept, or nothing is being swept under the carpet, and not until we have such a structure that will give us transparency in our security architecture, that will hold individuals accountable, we will keep on coming back to speak on such security issues that we are facing.
And the governor, the problem is now the governor said he spoke to the military and they deployed troops there. So when they deployed troops there, 30 minutes before they left, 30 minutes after they left, they attacked this place. My own issue is the governor having that security report as the chief security officer of the state. Why didn't you close down the school and other neighboring schools too? That's the issue. Why will you send guards? Why won't you just shut down the school to prevent this? Since you know you don't have control over the military, you can only ask them to do this, and their superiors will deploy troops. You know you don't have control over the military, and then you just tell them you're thinking they will solve the issue. No, as the governor of the state, you will be held accountable. You're the chief security officer of the state. Nobody would think nobody will say is the army chief or but you see all eyes are on you now. So he's in a tough situation right now. The governor is in a very, very tough situation. And this playbook is just beginning to look like the Chibok Girls playbook, similar to what's happening to Kashim Shettima. because the guy was crying during that time. This, that, he doesn't have control. This, that, and this. So this governor, I think this National Assembly should wake up. Let's see what we can do to this state police issue. Even Zamfara State, what he did about those, what do they call them? Those vigilantes. I've forgotten the name they call them. They're not doing anything about it. And these villagers, some of them are complicit. Some of them work hand in hand with them because they get threatened. These villagers, they get threatened for their lives. And I've heard several stories a lot of times where villagers will see a helicopter landing and they don't know what's happening there. Like in Taraba State. And that's why I love Taraba people. Taraba people flush these guys out. These guys the youths, they went into the forest and sent them back. Niger State, Nupe people, that's what they did too. They didn't allow them come. So, when government are not doing their jobs, even in Katsina State, Funtua, this their reps member was very, very angry. So he had no option but to buy arms for them. And even with the arms, there was a story personally. This one happened to me personally. My uncle, or should I say distant uncle in Katsina, he had guns in his house. And on that, before they attacked, they went to him, like the village chief. He went to him and said, okay, since you have guns, give us now, let's keep it for you. So that, because the insecurity has reduced and all that. And he gave the village chief the guns to keep. The next day, these people entered. These kidnappers entered and took away people. So the security structure is very, very compromised, and the president is the only person that has the power to help, like to flush out these people. President Tinubu, I've always said he's a smart politician. Me thinking that he has learned a lesson from Jonathan administration. He has learned a very, very. I thought he would make a significant change as a very smart politician so that his government will look good, but he's not changing. I thought maybe as a smart politician that he is, even though it's a very wrong thing to do, maybe he would threaten these people. You say, we know you, we know what you are capable of, and we will expose you if you don't stop. As a politician that you are, since he loves playing politics with everyone.
Our sad reality is we have politicians that lack vision and direction. Because if you are looking at the instances that you have, laid out here now, look at the period of Chibok girls and look at where we are today, 2025, how many years? And nothing tangible has been done. They don't even think of, how come 10 years, 20 years, in the next decade, we will not face such a problem that we have faced now. No. Their own issue is, how can I get power? How can I make sure I can romance this problem so that once I'm out of office,
Yes,
it's not more my
exactly. That's what
problem.
I'm talking about, budget. That's what I'm talking about. This president, as a smart politician that he is, we all acknowledge that, yes, he's a smart politician. And seeing
I
what
did not
happened in
acknowledge
Jonathan's
you,
government,
I don't think I will agree with that
Tinubu is
smart
not
politician.
smart. Stop
Because you
pushing
cannot be
his
smart and
agenda.
allow these things to
Smart,
be happening.
smart.
Tinubu
and
thinking that,
If you say he's a smart criminal, maybe I'll agree with that.
okay, yes,
But
smart
Thank you
a
criminal.
smart
very much.
politician
Let's
should
leave it
not
as a
allow
smart
these things
criminal.
to happen.
Okay, smart criminal. Thinking that Tinubu is a smart criminal, maybe he will learn his mistakes from Jonathan's government to avoid what is going to happen in his own government. Maybe like threaten these guys, threaten them, or do something like work hand in hand with the West. He's been romancing France, and there's nothing to show for it. Maybe he's even part of this whole issue. Is it's very, very terrible. People's lives are at stake every day, every day. They're killing people. Kebbi State, that was one of the most peaceful state, now is getting Sokoto, Zamfara, Kebbi, very
But
peaceful
actually,
state.
there is just no political will. There is no political will. And you mentioned Niger earlier, because one of our case study area we use for our security architecture was the Zone A, what we did in Zone A in Niger State, and how we dealt with these terrorist elements once they started approaching. And since we dealt with them, They have not dreamt of even coming anywhere close to Zone A
People
area.
flush them out. The people
It's
flush
mostly,
them.
yeah, it's mostly Zone C and Zone B, you know, that they normally, you know, terrorize once in a while. But you see, if you have, because one thing is also we must understand, it is not left for us to make them repent. Our own is to set meeting, let them go and repent with God if God wants to forgive them. Set that meeting up with them, let them go and meet God. I don't know why people that have killed Nigerians with this level of impunity heartlessly kill our people, and you come and decide that you want to, you know, negotiate, and why won't they have the audacity to kill more tomorrow? But once they see the body language that these people are not here to joke, and they lose their lives when they threaten Nigerians, then you see they will get in order. But you can't be romancing them and expecting a different result. For how many years will we continue to romance them? And it's the fault of the government. And that is why I said, if Nigerians are ready, Tinubu should be, or he shouldn't even have to get any sleep from now till if he's able to get to 2027. Because he has the sole responsibility of securing our people and securing Nigeria. That is the main reason why he is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We didn't put him there, or he didn't get there, or he didn't steal it, or however you want to put it, to go there and be chilling and be flexing and not even showing remorse towards the sufferings of our people and the
Budget,
killings of
God
our
bless you. God bless you, budget.
You know, and these guys, these people, these politicians, they have distant relatives. Most of Nuhu Ribadu's what do you call it? I think nephew or something like that was kidnapped.
The kind of help that America is offering is because they don't trust the undertone in which America is coming in. You see, America can choose to. We have a government in Nigeria. I'm not a fan of this government. They failed woefully. Are they doing what they are supposed to do? They are not. But Nigeria, as a sovereign nation, we need to understand that we have a government in place that America might choose to liaise with. You know, America can choose to improve our military equipment. They can choose to help us with new generation technology and other things in order to carry out these activities. The reason why many people are pushing against this thing is the undertone at which they are coming in, you know, of the Christian genocide undertone. This is the major problem so many people are having. And we keep on emphasizing that, yes, Christians are being killed. Muslims are being killed. It's not specifically targeted at a particular group. And the idea that you want to solve this situation, you cannot solve it if you don't understand the concept fully, or you are trying to turn a blind eye to the concept. You see, like the video that Mindset just put out on the Jumbotron about the killings that happened in Kwara. Very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. These are realities of so many mosques and churches in Nigeria that has been occurring over time. The only difference is this got to be captured by a live screen camera. That is the only difference. But this is the realities that so many churches and mosques in Nigeria are facing every day. So when you are trying to offer that help, the help has to cover every Nigerian, because every Nigerian is at the receiving end of this terrorism. Every Nigerian is at the receiving end of this terrorism. So that hand of help needs to cover every Nigerian. It has to come through the appropriate channel, because just invading the country, or putting out things without liaising with the Nigerian government tends to belittle our sovereignty as a nation. So we're a sovereign nation, and we have to respect that there is dignity in having a country to call your own, without actually putting out everything out there for somebody to just come and take it over, like taking us back to pro-independence or what have you. So when you want to help Nigeria, there are ways that you can help Nigeria, which have been outlined. There are challenges that the Nigerian government, the Nigerian military, and everybody is facing that is very, very clear to everybody who has been following this particular insecurity. So the challenges that we are supposed to tackle, or that America is claiming to come in and tackle, can as well be tackled if Nigerian army can be as sophisticated as it's supposed to be. And Nigerian army, according to what we've seen over time, it's on its way there, but American technology, American infrastructure, and American ammunition will go a long way. It will go a long way. But when you intend to extend this hand of help by segregating an entire section of the country or an entire people of the country, of course, you will have a divided response to what you are coming in to do. Because where does that leave us? That is a very critical question. So your coming in is already questionable. And that, by extension, makes every aspect of what you are intending to come and do questionable. This is the challenge that we are having with here in northern Nigeria. If that's the entire basis in which you're coming in, then we can't trust why you are coming in to do the job, actually. So it's clear as day. I yield for now myself.
All right, thank you very much, Ariwa. Justice, you have the mic.
Thank you very much, Mindset, once again, for giving me the opportunity to air my opinion on your space. I would respectfully disagree with Arewa. You know, each time Arewa comes to, sing this mantra of sovereign nation. Nigeria is a sovereign nation only shamefully on paper, Mindset. Let me say it that way. Mindset today, okay, you already have it on your jumbotron. You see, this is real-time evidence of Christian persecution and Christian genocide. Mindset is on your jumbotron right now. Okay? Now, today, PDP, Wadata Plaza had it hot. That is Arewa's sovereign Nigeria. How many killings today in Southern Kaduna? Reported in Jos, reported in Taraba. Mindset, come on. Let's not come here and lie to ourselves. Military intervention from US and any other Western nation should have been in the country last week to deter and degrade these terrorists. That is my opinion. Pure and simple. There is nothing that gives me hope that the Nigerian armed forces are not severely compromised. Mindset, a general in the army, a general, brigadier general, this is somebody that commands a lot of military heads and military commands, military human beings trained for sovereignty and defense of the nation, was brutally killed, or at least is alleged to be killed. Mindset, as we are on this your distinguished space, there hasn't been any word of either acknowledging or denying that man's sudden demise. That is Arewa's sovereign nation. The president hasn't said anything. Tomorrow he jumps into the jet and he flies John Keating like a jihadist supporting president right now to South Africa. What is he going to South Africa to talk about? And then eventually annexing to Angola, probably to see how their refinery is working, because Angola is also an oil producing nation, and see maybe how he can put his influence there. Mindset, what is sovereign about the current state of Nigeria? I want to ask Arewa respectfully, what is really sovereign? And when you say America's motive in its military intervention, as they claim they want to do, if our government does not sit up, which you yourself, Arewa, have rightly acknowledged on this space today, tonight, that The government has failed woefully. So if your government, Arewa, fails woefully in its primary fundamental duty of securing lives and property, making sure that we have religious freedoms. I agree that maybe, the people who probably logically say Nigeria is not a secular nation, but a multi-religious nation. But a multi-religious nation that has a constitution that allows for religious freedom. How many more people will be killed? Christians and Muslims alike, particularly Christians, in a confirmed genocide. Mindset, finally. Today, the UN government, the United Nations, are actually looking into Nigeria's case. There was a briefing today. There will be another one on Thursday. But today, they can basically confirm the use of genocide with the continued bloodletting in the Nigerian state. Again, I am saying it mindset on your space. The government hasn't said anything about the killing of a brigadier general up till now that we speak. So for me, I think it's time for us to drown this sovereignty in the Atlantic and allow international interference into our system, allow interference into our security architecture, because it looks like it is compromised, completely compromised, that a general cannot give his location without that his location being compromised, which is leading to his apprehension and now reported, demise. That is not a sovereign nation. Donald Trump and all your handlers that usually come on mindset space, please look at the jumbotron and see that Nigeria's sovereignty can be suspended until we destroy and eliminate all these terrorists. Thank you very much, mindset.
Thank you very much, Justice, for your submission. So, those on the speaker section, please, if you want to contribute, please do raise your hand. I can only pass the mic to someone who raised their hand, even if you're here before the person. So that tells me that the person is ready to speak. Ms. First, I can see Dr. and Asago. Can you please quickly pass the mic to Sammy? Sammy, you have the mic. Good evening, sir.
Thank you, Mindset, and good evening to everybody on this space. So it's just a very sad situation that we found ourselves, And what makes me so sad is that I don't think majority of Nigerians realize the kind of mess we're into. I mean, we're in a very big mess. And, people are busy still playing tribal cards. The president is from my tribe. We want Biafra. We don't want to be part of this country. And some Muslims are being like, they are killing Muslims too, all manner of things. But people fail to understand that Nigeria as a country is on the verge of collapse. And all the signs are there for us to see. The military has been compromised. We have the worst set of politicians who go to the airport to wave at their president bye-bye as he travels and junkets all over the world. Why terrorists, kidnappers, and whatever are busy killing people? Our leaders are just busy, looking for slots to win election, to get into power, to steal money and everything. The signs are there. And eventually the foreign powers will come. And we know what happens whenever they strike. The country will never remain the same, at least for a very long time. It is high time we begin to read handwritings on the wall. Again, if you go to the Bible, this happened in the Bible when they were telling the people that the world, as they know it, is about to it's about to end, and people were getting married, having fun, celebrating, throwing parties, until the flood came and wiped off everybody. Whether you believe or not, whether it's your tribe person or whatever it is you believe, would not matter. I think it's high time we Nigerians drop our differences and know that our country is in a big problem. This is the height of it. A general in the army killed by a terrorist, and our president is on his way out of the country for whatever reason. And I told my friends that this is the moment they declared Tinubu, I told him what is going to happen. Our country, as we know it, is on the verge of collapse, and I want us to like really take things very seriously, because some people doesn't know how bad it is, and I just fear for our nation, honestly. When it starts, when the foreign powers, when they come, our country will not remain the same. And for me, I feel like maybe that's the only option at this point, because our military, the people that are supposed to protect the nation, because people are talking about sovereignty, the people that the sovereignty, the architect of that sovereignty, the military that is supposed to protect that nation, have been infiltrated by the terrorists. So how can you defend that sovereignty? Our borders are porous. Terrorists are coming from different parts of the world, Niger, all these places coming into Nigeria, and you're talking about sovereignty here. People are being massacred. You go to church, you are not safe anywhere in Nigeria. There's no place that is safe. And some people in the southeast are thinking, oh, it's in the north. But they don't know that it's already on their doorstep. The sooner we wake up and realize how bad the situation is, the better for everybody. Thank you, mindset. I yield.
Thank you very much, Sammy, for your submission, and thank you for keeping to time as well. So I will go to, please permit me, this individual, Mr. Maraji, Muasab Social, I hope I pronounce your name properly. You have the mic, because you were here before the other speakers. You raise your hand. Musab Social. Okay. Please, somebody help me out. Am I still audible? Because his mic is on, but he's not speaking.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, myself.
Okay, Mr. Social, we are not able to hear you. All right, Dapel, you have the mic then. Then I'll go to...
Good evening, everybody. Mine is just a quick question for Arewa Source. If you are passing by and you see a boy stumble on a rail track and the rail is coming at a high speed to crush the boy, and it's in your power to save the boy, you've never seen the boy, you don't know him, but the boy cried out to you in distress. Would you want to go and take permission from the parents of the boy before you come and save the boy, or what would you do?
All right, that's quite very interesting. Do we have any other person that have a question for Arewa? Then he can answer both questions, then we can continue. Anybody have a question for him? Okay, that's fine. Arewa, please, if you don't mind, if you can kindly respond to Mr. Dapel's question quickly, then I can pass the mic to the next speaker.
Mindset, I will actually save the boy without looking for his parent or asking about the whereabouts of his parents. But I just want to make it clear for record purposes that this does not in any way reflect the current possibilities or realities in Nigeria. The comparison is totally out of place. It's an entirely different thing.
Thank you very much. On that note, I'll pass the mic to Miss First, MS First. You have the mic. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening. Sorry, House, my voice may sound a bit cracky. I've got cold and it's getting worse. I feel like shouting tonight, but then people don't shout in mindset space. So I'm gonna respect myself before he kicks me out or shouts on me. I'm so angry. Like, how can anybody watch that video and still has the good mind to even make any sort of argument about, Trump should not come because we are a bit skeptical about the narrative behind his coming, this and that and that. America say they are going to come to attack the terrorists. If you do have a problem with terrorists being attacked, does that mean that you are a terrorist yourself? Actually, I'm being very careful about how I go on spaces these days to talk, because I'm beginning to understand that there are a lot of terrorists that we actually interact with without us knowing it. And a lot of us are just putting ourselves out there. Because the way this thing is going now, the terrorists are not just the only, they are not those people in the bushes. A lot of them are on social media interacting with us every day. A lot of them are every other places that we go, We are dealing with them every day without knowing it. My heart is so broken. Look at that old woman on that video. I mean, how can we even live like this? How can you go to church? You end up dead, or you end up in the hands of terrorists. If there was no video, for example, for this latest incident that happened, a lot of people would twist it. They would tell you, oh, it's local people. Oh, no, it's, in fact, if it's possible for them to say that it was IPOB that traveled to Kwara to do it, that would be the easiest thing for anybody to have said. They would twist the narrative in a way that you will begin to wonder, these people, do they actually have a heart? This is disgraceful. I am worried. In fact, I was watching that video and I was thinking about everybody that I know in Nigeria, wherever that they stay. Because this is crazy. Absolute madness that you will go to church and this is what you're going to see in the church. And somebody can just argue whether there is Christian genocide, or even if it's not Christian, whoever it is. These are human beings. These are Nigerians. And we're talking about sovereignty. Is this how sovereign nations treat their citizens? Which other country does it? Just give me an example of a country that experienced this on daily basis. We are talking about sovereignty. At this point, everybody should be like, whatever that will give us solution, we should take it. Even if it's the devil himself. Everybody should be desperate enough to say, let's take it. We need these terrorists. We need them sent for judgment. Every one of them, wherever they are, anywhere in that country. If not, we are all doomed. Everybody is doomed. You cannot travel anymore. You can't even go to church. Church is the only place that religious places, whether church, mosque, temple, wherever, where people go to get hope. The country is too hard. They have nothing to eat. They have no security. But at least when you go to the presence of God, you feel like whatever thing it is that you worship as your God, you have some sort of hope. So that's where people go to, to have some sort of sanity to deal with the situation that they have to deal with every day. And then these bastards come there to attack them. And we're here arguing whether it's Christian. In fact, I'm so perplexed that even at this point, after how many weeks, we are still arguing if it's a Christian genocide or not. Instead of us thinking about how do we get out of this mess that we are. The government it's either the government, they are not interested or they are overwhelmed. I take it that they are already overwhelmed. So they've given up. They can't solve the problem. They have no idea how to solve it. And because they are all secure, they always have security. They've left you and I to perish. After all, there are so many of us in Nigeria. So whatever number that is left, they will keep on governing. So they don't care. And then you and I are here arguing whether it's Christian journal, whether Trump should come, whether we should get help. If we do not get external help, what help? What other choice are we left with? Nigeria has dealt with this problem since probably about 2009, or if not earlier. And we still haven't solved it till now. And we're still thinking that, whatever help they are giving us, our army can take over from there. Our army can do this. And they haven't done it since how many years? How are we going to get out of this? We are doomed, guys. We are doomed. At this point, we need to seriously think about how can this country move forward. It's a terrible, it's terrible. Nobody would have believed that, we all thought, okay, maybe it's going to get better. It's not getting any better. It will get worse. These people are emboldened. Broad daylight. They went into the church. We all saw it. Okay, imagine the ones that we do not see. There are so many underreported cases of people being killed by these terrorists all over the country. But a lot of them happen, and the narratives are twisted. And they put out fake stories out there, so that you don't think that, that there's mayhem in the country. But there is. So I think at this point we should be looking at solutions. If we don't want Trump to come, if we don't want help, what other choice do we have? How do we get out of this mess? Honestly, I'm just there are a few things I want to say, but I have so much respect for myself that I'm trying so hard to restrain myself. But this is sad. I really do hope that anybody, whatever thing you're saying, that you actually do listen to yourself at the end of the day, and sort of go back on your own quiet time. Think about all the things that are happening. Think about your own the things you've said about it. Is this how we're going to build a country? Some of us are so eager to keep this country together, but we are not eager to embrace solution to keep the country as one. It's gonna implode. And that unity we're looking for, it will explode in all our faces. But if we sit down and actually map out a roadmap that will favor everybody, is it not better for us? And then we can keep the country, we can keep the unity, we can keep people safe. I believe that there are so many ungoverned areas in the country. Yes, I've seen your hand. Okay, I'm just going to round off. Maybe I'll get a time again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. First. Always a pleasure having you on the platform. And I love the fact that when you speak from the heart. This place is for everybody. And I can see a lot of people on the comment section commenting why is somebody allowed to speak and why is somebody co-hosting. It's called Mindset Space. We give everybody opportunity to speak. I mean, anybody can co-host this space tomorrow. Always when I open the platform, I ask who is going to help us to co-host. And if anybody is available to help to co-host, they are welcome to co-host the platform. We might not agree with them. That is why we're on the platform. We tell them the reason we don't agree with them, and they tell us the reason they disagree with us. Perhaps moving forward, they would end up agreeing with us. So I just want us to respect people's opinion. But then again, that does not stop us to say, I do not agree with you. Thank you very much for your wonderful submission. I'm just making reference to those on the comment section, but there's a whole lot of things going up there. There's this gentleman here, Mr. Ike. He's asking how long does it take to get someone on the podium to speak? Please, somebody need to help him out. Big Sam, Arewa, please, can you guys look into it? Let me send his handle to you guys. I've seen him put a comment there. Somebody, either of you can help him out and explain to him how the platform works. Perhaps that would help him to come up as a speaker. On that note, I will pass the mic to Asagwa. I believe I pronounced your name probably. Mr. Isaac, you have the mic. Good morning.
Good morning, Mindset. Good morning, everyone on the platform. This is the first time I'll be contributing on this platform. I've been a listener for close to 2 years now. Thereabout. I'm a fan of what is done here. It's one of the best space. I look forward to every week. Because of the things we discuss here. First of all, I want to respond to what Mr. Arewa said. The situation on ground in the country, there are things you shouldn't say because we have moved past beyond the sovereignty of Nigeria. The people that are ravaging the country right now, they don't respect our sovereignty. They are foreign terrorists, and the one inside the country, they are all collaborated they decided to wreak havoc on this country, and they've been doing it for more than 10 years now. So for you saying that the US talking about sovereignty and all those things, it shouldn't come into any discussion at all. And please, I will just suggest you stop saying things like that, because we are not. I don't know if you've actually thought about the reality on ground. What is really going on? You understand? And the military just released the Senate is advising the military to recruit 100,000 soldiers. That tells you that there is a problem also in terms of able men to fight these terrorists. There's a vacuum there too. And then you're talking about equipment. They should give Nigeria government equipment. This government should give them equipment. They should US will put it in their hands. And you think those equipment will not end up in the hands of the terrorists, or maybe there will be insider information that would leak from there, or how effectively can they even use the equipment. So whatever is going on in the military is not trusted. I was with a retired Major General today, this afternoon, and I remember there's a statement he made. He said the civilian is more powerful than the military, if they really know. And the reason why he gave that analogy to me this afternoon, he said if a civilian is organizing an attack, they want to carry out something, he said the civilian will successfully carry it out without information leaking. He said, but in the military today, he said you cannot trust an officer not to betray you, not to leak out information to the people you are going to attack. Is it in the oil sector? What happened in Delta State where they killed is not a commander, so they ambushed him on the road and killed him like an animal in Delta State. No, we're not even talking about the what's going on in the north. A brigadier general was killed like an animal, and everybody is just moving along like if nothing is happening. PDP is doing their own in Abuja. The president is just shying away from realities, which obviously I expect from the kind of person he is and where he comes from, part of the country. Not real gods, people who want to solve problems. Not people that has the heart of stone to see a problem and confront it, even if it costs them their life. So when you make statement like that, Mr. Arewa, you're not realistic. You use words, I don't think you know the impact of those words you use. How it offends our nature as a human being. When someone takes weapons to attack and continue killing people every week, every day, and then you are saying such a thing that the only country that can help us, who is even speaking, is the US. Not Russia, not China, not the Chinese people that comes to the country illegally and do shit. No Americans in the country exploiting resources. Are you telling me that there are not Chinese people in that north exploiting that are currently mining resources, and then the US that wants to help us? Look at what people are doing in the north, protesting and saying all sorts of rubbish. You understand? So we have to be very realistic. In the history of America, the level of a brigadier general, the only time such a thing never happened in the history of America in terms of even the greatest military in the world, has only been an IED attack. The person did not even die. Go and check. The other one happened in 2016, which was a suicide bomber. It was even a major general in the line of duty. Then another one again, an insider attack. So if you look at the level of attack on the military like America, who has faced most of the, who has gone into a lot of wars in different countries, you know, and you can see it is obvious that major general, that a brigadier general was the information of his movement was leaked by the same military people, and that is what the retired major general was telling me this morning, that it is more easy to plan anything you want to do as a civilian than the military, because everybody's for sale. So the Nigeria military hierarchy is not to be trusted. We cannot trust them. In fact, even if the American is going to come in, they have to black out communication in the north, to black them out. So anything they are doing, they will move in a special organized communication, because everything there is compromised. That's why the terrorists are still alive. Because by the time you make something, somebody's already there watching and they already called and they already sit down. They have their own network. That's why they're still existing. One of the things the terrorists have is communication. They have it in our border. So I just pray that God Almighty helps this country. I don't want to stay too long. I just pray God Almighty help this country with the way things are going. When I think deeply about what is really happening, I know we're in a deep problem. We're in a deep problem. If the terrorists have the numbers that the Nigerian Senate is telling the military to recruit, they will take over some states and nothing will happen. Nothing. They will know that we are at war. Not just the one we are looking at it now, that they are just carrying out attack. So I just pray God Almighty helps this country. And whenever the help will come from, let God Almighty bring it. Because many of us have not started facing the reality of what's going on. We have not started facing it. And that's why when Mr. Arewa made such a statement, he got me. I never wanted to comment on this, to say anything on this platform. I just listened and then I go to bed. But I had to come up and say my mind. You understand? You are not fully grasped the situation on ground. You are still living like 2 months ago when when we were still looking at, okay, fine, the country was still we were trying to See, we are just Nigeria. We are hearing the way the North has been ravaged by terrorism and all that. I think the thing is spreading out to the West, Kwara State, and only God knows what they are planning next. So we have to really pray to God Almighty to help this country. If you are a true Muslim, you are a true Christian, your knees should be on the ground every morning to pray for Nigeria. We need to pray for this country. Certain things is going on that we do not understand it. Even our military look confused. They are not really ready to fight this evil that has plagued this country. You understand? So I just pray God Almighty helps us. I just pray God Almighty helps us. If you really love this country, you will know that there's a big problem on ground. A brigadier general. God Almighty. Before you hear such a thing happens in other countries, even in countries that are bigly out, not to that level. Not to that level. And then we are still talking about sovereignty of Nigeria. Whose sovereignty? Whose sovereignty do you have? For a person to carry arms, come to your village and ransack everything, go to churches and kill them. Who is going to defend your sovereignty? Is it the army? Or is it the politicians that move with security? So please, the time will come in this country that will start bearing arms, and the government will not be able to do anything about it. We'll get to that time. If something is not done urgently, let's be realistic. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Asagwa. I believe I pronounced your name properly. If not, please help me out. Thank you for your wonderful submission. Please, guys, when I raise my hand, it's just an indication for you to round up. Tonight, we're not going to stay here, here for a long time. We have a lot of persons requesting for the mic, about 11 other requests. So let's keep it very brief. I'm not stopping anybody from speaking their mind. I'm sorry, comment saying, mindset, please allow people to please, mindset, allow people to vent their grief. Please, mindset, I beg you, the king is too much. I'm not stopping anybody from speaking, the way they would love to speak. All I made reference to is somebody on the comment section who was making reference that why should we allow somebody to co-host a space, and I tried to explain that. So it's quite a very difficult topic, but the last thing I would do is to tell people not to air their views, but at the same time, there's the rules and regulation that govern the platform, right? So everybody can speak from the heart. That's what we need. We need Nigerians to speak out. There are people listening, as always. We always have visitors who are here listening. So perhaps they will listen to you, and then they will make decisions, or maybe they will not make decisions, right? Thank you very much, guys. Mr. Big Sam, your co-host, I'm not sure what is regarding. If it's for you to contribute, I don't think I need you to contribute at this point, so I can carry other people along. If not, you can tell us what it is that you raise your hand for.
Thank you, mindset. Sometimes it is good for somebody to respond when somebody want to misquote you or say that he disagree with you. My co-host Arewa said he disagree with me on what I said that the US has a motive or agenda. I want to start by saying, for example, when Boko Haram starts, Jonathan seek for help. He get help from South Africans that come to Nigeria and work strictly and push Boko Haram back. Secondly, you are now saying about the US didn't consider Nigerian sovereignty before saying they are going to invade Nigeria. US didn't say that they are invading Nigeria to overthrow Nigerian government. Another one is that when Trump made that statement, what Nigerian government would have said is that, yeah, we agree that we have problem. We are going to work hand in hand to find a means on how we are going to wipe out these terrorists. We come together in a table. We come and do this and do that. We give us special squad that we are going to that is going to come and work in Nigeria. And also, they said clear conscience fears no accusation. I don't know why Muslims in the north are feeling some kind strange that the US has motive. Maybe they are coming to wipe all the whole Muslim. Man, an innocent person don't have any business with the US coming to do this. US are not coming to kill innocent Muslims in the northern Nigeria. They are coming to kill the terrorists that are disturbing people's lives. they are not coming for the ordinary Muslims. So let it be clear, not just that anytime they say that anything about US coming to wipe out these terrorists, we'll start seeing it in a different angle. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. On that note, I'll pass the mic to Prince. Prince, you have the mic.
Thank you, Mindset. I would say the reason why the Nigerian government and people are
All right. Unfortunately, we've lost Prince, and I will then pass the mic to Social. Let's try once more. We called him earlier on to speak, but he wasn't responding. Musab Social, Maraji, you have the mic. Good evening. Sorry, good morning. Mr. Social. Okay, so if you're on the speaker section and you're called to speak and you're not ready to speak, please, can you leave the platform? Leave the speaker section when you're ready to speak, because it's not helpful that we are calling you to speak and you're not responding. Musab Social. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to remove him. I'm the one that removed him, not so we can make space for others. Dapel, you raise your hand, sir.
Yeah, thanks. So I just want to share some thoughts on the issue of intervention. As a country, not only do we battle with security challenges, we face economic problems, and from time to time, we seek the intervention of other countries to help us deal with our economic challenges. So I'll talk of two examples, and these two examples would push us to ask the question, why not allow the intervention of other countries to help us deal with security challenges? Nigeria was burdened with debt as of 1999 by Paris Club, which is made up of North American countries, Canada, USA, and European countries. One of the reasons President Obasanjo at the time was able to achieve a lot was because he was granted the financial bandwidth by these debtors. They granted debt relief, a debt buyback, where they slashed the debt significantly because some money was put on the table. So that was an assistance he sought, and those foreign countries intervened. Secondly, we have rail tracks built in Nigeria by other countries, China in particular, and there are other projects that other countries are intervening to help us. Our aircrafts and a lot of things that Nigeria cannot do for itself, but rely on foreign powers, and it uses proceeds from oil to pay for it. And we welcome these things, we accept them. Why not security assistance as well? Now, I've listened to the Minister of Foreign Affairs spoke about insecurity in Nigeria, and he admitted that his father-in-law was killed by some of these people. And Mr. Trump's tweet has helped us understand one of Nigeria's biggest problems, because the reaction it generated has pointed to that. The minister said some of his people are killed, and the Arewa source himself, he has mentioned how he has escaped kidnapping. So Mr. Trump said he's coming after these people that killed the father-in-law of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He's coming after these people that attempted to kidnap Mr. Arewa. And then suddenly the narrative flips. He's coming after Nigeria. He's coming after the section of Nigeria. To be honest, I'm getting confused in quote. Is there something that is beneath that we don't know, but these discussions are trying to bring it out? Because there must be something that on the literal surface we don't know about this insecurity and genocide, that those who are trying to push back against America's intervention, against the threat in Nigeria, not against Nigeria, that we don't know. I'll be very interesting to know. But there is one thing they said, a lie is a lie if everyone is for it, even if everyone is for it, and the truth is the truth, even if no one is for it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dapper, for your submission. I don't know what happened. Quite a number of persons have complained that they dropped. Arewa dropped, and Mr. Prince say he was dropped, which I don't believe any one of the speaker, sorry, the co-host would drop him. So please, guys, if you can see Mr. Prince and try and bring him up as we continue the conversation. Mr. Unique Uche, you have the mic. I'm not sure if it's a man or woman. Sorry, Unique Uche.
Thank you, my set. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate your steadfastness and your ability to keep, your topic on issues that's happening. God bless you. For every Nigerians who are concerned, who has remained awake all over the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you for staying awake to speak on Nigeria. I just want to read the national anthem, which was changed by Mr. President Tinubu. I want to read it because there are two symbols for a nation, the flag and the national anthem, which represent who we are. So I want to represent, let's just hear the words, and for us to understand why I feel so pained and ashamed that our politicians, our leaders, who are the ones who put these words together or who encourage these words, don't actually know what is written on them. Nigeria, we hate thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians, all am proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol. The truth and justice reign. I'll say it again. The truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored. And this we count as gain. To hand on to our children a banner without stain, a banner without stain, stain of blood, stain with corruption, or without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria be blessed. So what you heard is a prayer that is working against this government and against every wicked terrorist, whatever form. If you read that anthem, I'm reading it now for the past 1 week, using it for prayer. That is the prayer, a nation stained without stain. So we are having a country where we have a group of people murdering human beings, shedding innocent blood, and we have a group of people who are supporting this action. A few days ago, a brigadier general was killed. They put it on live broadcast, shot him to death. A brigadier general, no flag was lowered in any national government agency. No flag, nothing was what happened. The army lied about it. A few days ago, 25 young girls were taken out of their school. Nothing was said. Just this evening, another one in a church. People killed. I could see an elderly woman, children, in a church. And we are here debating where we should all come as a national call, shouting in one voice. Some people are saying they are for, and people are saying they are against. What I'm just saying is that our national anthem is crying prayer to God. What you are seeing now is the beginning of how it will end. America will come. The terrorists will be wiped out. If you are one of them shouting, everything you are seeing here has been recorded. You'll be wiped out too. You will feel the pain. People who are dying with it. Just a few days ago, we have one of our church member who is schooling in a nursing school in Kogi. She sent a message to us that they are surrounded their school because the new nursing student just came up. Okay, thank God for the vigilantes in that end that supported. They'll make sure they chase them away. This is reality. You might be here talking grammar and lying to yourself, you will be wiped out by God's grace. America is going to come into this nation. We will not sit down and just think that thing will just go the way it is. This national anthem is a judgment to wicked people in this nation. Nigeria will survive. We will travel from Lagos to Sokoto, to Kaduna, to Borno, and live together. If you think it is by force to change people's mode of worship, or you think it is, by whatever means you think, that things will be changed, by the grace of God, this nation will survive. I survived it before. Tinubu and whatever they come, they will go and go. They will go, come and go. Nigeria will remain. I want to appeal to everyone. This is not a time in any way, in any form, to form faction. It's a time for us to cry to God in whatever means you are, to support every genuine intention, to see that we have sanity in our policy, sanity in our economy, and sanity to the people of Nigeria, so that we will stop this fear. One of the standards of this said, to hand to our children a banner without stain. That should be the mindset of everyone. Thank you, mindset, and thank you for listening. I appreciate everyone. God bless you guys.
Thank you very much, Mr. Unique Uche. Thank you for your submission. 1 minute. I've been told that Mr. M, I'm not sure if it was a Mr. or Miss, M has been here since and he has not responded. He has not been given an opportunity to speak. M, you have the mic. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Mindset. Good morning for giving me. Good morning to everyone that is on the listener row and everyone that is on the speaker's road. I'm very happy that today you have given me this great opportunity to speak on your speech. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much, as I said earlier on, and thank you very much, all the listeners, for all the contributions and all the listening. But I have one problem, and I have been coming to this space for some time now, and I have been listening to Mr. Ariwa. Anytime something is going on, I don't know why he likes defending these people. Anytime, every time, he's the only person that is always trying to sympathize for these dangerous terrorists. And I don't know. So I want to put it to him, Mr. Ariwa, straight to you now, that you are a terrorist. Because if you are
one minute, please. Okay, please. Let's not do this, please. Can you mute your mic for me? Let me address you. Please, that is not right to call him a terrorist. Please, can you mute your mic for me for a minute, please? Right? Let's be very mindful. If somebody calls you a terrorist, you will not be happy. Perhaps some of the things that he has said, you're not happy with it, right? But calling him a terrorist is not right. Okay, because you cannot confirm if he's a terrorist. Please, continue with your submission, but let's be very mindful. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Mindset. Thank you. And I'm very sorry for using that word on him, but with all what he's saying, the way he's supporting them, I don't like it. And this country is bleeding to the extent that look at what is going on. We need to move from this level of talking to where by this time we need to be talking about what we need to do. It is not still be arguing about this is Christian genocide, or this is this, or this is that. We need to arrive at a place where we will know that as Nigeria we have problem. As everyone is saying it, Nigeria have problem, a very big problem. And I don't know why our leaders are, maybe they are doing something somewhere that we don't know. Or me particularly, I don't know. But look at what is going on to the extent that a general is killed on a bloody on a camera and nothing. Look at this video on the comment section. This one also is there. And all other proofs that we are having in this country that we are under attack from these terrorists, under attack from these people. We can't even identify them, or even we can't even. I don't know how to put it, but we are under attack by some people. which we know them that they are terrorists and they are at a particular place. And we will be, and someone will be here saying that sovereignty and all those stuff. I don't know. We need help. As a matter of fact, man said we need help, and everyone we need help. Let's start calling for this help from every angle of this earth. Every angle that this help may come from, let's start calling for it. People are dying, and the killing is going too much. For how long are we going to fold our arms and watch what is going on? Look at the video. Look at the old woman. She can't even run. She can't run. And look at it. And a young man, all he can do is to carry gun inside a church, pursuing old woman. No, from where? Where? No, who does that? And we are sitting down and we are watching it and we are massaging it. And I don't know, maybe they are doing it that one day when this government will be out of power, or one day we'll forget about everything, then we'll move on, or how? If we forget about it, mindset, and everybody on this space today, if we forget about this thing, and then let's say the massage, and it goes down. Now let's say they stop killing. Who knows what they are going to do in the nearby future? If we should massage this thing to where we say, okay, now they stop the killing, so now everything is okay. So
Sorry, have we lost me, Mr. M? Have we lost him?
No, myself.
Okay, sorry. Okay, go ahead, sir. I apologize.
Okay. So I'm almost done. So my question is what I'm asking: if we continue with this messaging, this thing, they are sick for help. As people are always against seeking for help, or as we keep talking. If one day these people decide to kill again, they decide to say they don't kill, they put their guns down. We are leaving. 1 month, nothing. 2 months, nothing. And then along, okay, we have problems. And then so this is my question. That this is what I'm putting on the table, that let everybody, we should all jack up and do what is necessary for this country. Let us wake up. The talking is going too much. Let us wake up and do something. If our government cannot do something, let us wake up and do something. Myself, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. And I thank all the people on the listener row and on the speaker row that contribute to the development of this country. I thank everyone. Thank you, myself. I leave my mic here.
Thank you very much, Mr. M, for your submission. Thank you for coming on the platform. All right, so guys, it's actually 12:34. So we gotta be very mindful. Please, my co-host Ariwa and Big Sam, please, I sent a message to both of you on your DM. Can you guys please have a look at it and see if we can sort that out? That would be very helpful. Mr. Sunday, you have the mic.
Myself, good evening. Good evening.
Sorry, Mr. Sunday. I'm really sorry for interrupting. Please permit me, sir. I'm sorry. Let me quickly read this out. It's very, very important. Yes, there's this Prince. Can we find a way to bring Prince up? He said, I've tried waiting, hoping to talk. Let me go to bed. It's funny that I can't speak whenever Ariwa Source is co-hosting. All right, so Ariwa and Big Sam, please see if you can bring Prince up, because he was here before. I do not know what happened. Mr. Sunday, you have the mic. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you. Well, somebody has said this earlier. I want to greet everybody, mindsets, the speakers, and fellow Nigerians. It feels really very, very sad. Mindset, your hand is up. Is that for me?
No, is my hand up? My hand is not up. Hello?
Yeah, I'm seeing your hand. That's why I wanted to.
Okay, sorry. My hand is not up. Is it up now?
It is.
Yes, your hand is up.
Okay, sorry guys, let me see. Is it done now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's done now, right? I'm not sure if somebody.
Yeah,
All right.
it's down.
All right. Sorry, I apologize, sir. Please go ahead.
All right. So I was saying that it's deeply sad that we're still debating whether what's happening is a genocide. It's extremely sad. And it's sad we are still contemplating whether US intervention is worth it at this particular point. The events of those past few weeks it should stab everybody in the heart if we have conscience as a nation. Look at the way a brigadier general was wasted in the most humiliating manner, which this is like a slap on the entire military apparatus. Look at the coordination of why should like somebody at that level be communicating intelligence on WhatsApp? Even me, when I do just this basic journalism work, our own security communication is not even done on WhatsApp. Because at that level, we believe it's not even safe to use WhatsApp. How much more somebody of this rank at that level? If you analyze the way that man died, it should make you think, how would ordinary soldiers have been left vulnerable to die? And then somebody here is saying, no, America should not intervene. You're worried about your sovereignty. You are hosting this space on Twitter. Is this Twitter a Nigerian Twitter space? You've forgotten it's an American technology. The phone you are using to argue against American intervention, is it not Western-made phone? When you go sick now, the hospital equipment that will save your life, is it not Western-made? If you become a proper middle class, you want to buy a car, is it Nigerian-made car? Even those who say Nigerians make car, they are assembling plants, they are not Nigerian-made. Nigeria doesn't manufacture any car from scratch. Go and check it. You're just deceiving yourself. This government system you are running, is it your system? The legal jurisprudence that we operate, is it your system? The educational system Nigeria runs, is it your system? You go about begging all over the world, you forget about your sovereignty. When America was giving you millions every year to feed IDPs in Meduguri and all of Southeast, you did not remember your sovereignty. When you were going there begging them to sell weapons to you to fight terrorists, you don't remember your sovereignty. It's just pure, it's either daftness or wickedness altogether. Because now the people are dying. You are seeing evidence of it. Again, I'm so surprised that people who can read very, very basic English are twisting what Trump said. Trump did not say he wants to attack the North. He did not say he wants to attack Nigeria. He did not say he wants to attack the Northerners. He did not say he wants to attack. He said Islamic terrorists. Is that not specific enough? What is complex about this, really? Then you begin to spin it. America, if you are citing few American interventions, America has intervened 400 and something times in different parts of the world. If 10 or 20 that you can remember fail, that means they are probably operating at 98% success rate. Almost all of Europe has experienced American intervention. How is Europe today? Is Europe facing terrorism problem? Europe is an example of American miracle. Let me tell you, if not for America, many nations will still be crawling on their knees to recover from First and Second World War. Stop speaking ignorantly because something happened in Libya and didn't go right. If a country intervenes 400 and something times and you can only count 10 instances of failure, that means they have almost 400 times success rate. Do your mathematics, it's 90-something% success rate. If you get 90-something in any course in university, have you not passed well? You push should stop being biased. Anybody and you want us, as educated as we are, to begin to spend all our energy defining genocide for you, defining genocide to fit you. It's you who need to educate yourself. The UN Convention is an open document. You can go there and read what a genocide is. In fact, let me even educate you. Death does not need to occur for a genocide to even be, if you don't know. Death does not need to occur. Any systematic persecution of a people that does not even warrant a bloodshed is already a genocide. The fact that we now have to defend that the death of 10,000 people, 20,000, 10,000 on videos with mass burial sites is a genocide. It's you who need to work on your darkness. Do not insult the intelligence of Nigerians. People cannot go to Harvard, go to Oxford, only to come and be explained to you that 10,000 deaths is equivalent to genocide. Work on your illiteracy and stop disgracing. If I had not moved, it makes me look at this video this evening. Look, I don't understand. See, the way I think about every problem is this. I know my wife here who is sleeping now. I know how much I love my wife. If my wife has malaria, I'm barely able to sleep. I'm barely able to rest. Now, imagine what my life will be. So if before my eyes, somebody rapes my wife or somebody butchers my wife, think of this death in that sense. Think of them in the context of the people take that person you love the most in your life. Put them in the gruesome pictures and images you see. Then this death will touch your heart. And you will understand that what is important here is not your narrative. Your narrative is useless in the context of people dying every day. Moreover, many of you who are arguing about what the nature of this issue, you are not even arguing about solution. Look at your minister. You who is defending atrocity. Your minister, when Piers Morgan asked him, okay, you said the figures that are from Open Door is false. How many people have died since 2000? He said 117. 177. Are you saying that since 2009, I mean, he said from 2021, is it 177 Christians that have died? See, my brother, you should be ashamed to be part of this. You should be ashamed that because these are things you cannot defend before the generations ahead of you. What is your argument? That 500 deaths in Plateau, which has a monument with the name of everybody written from 1 to end, the people need to still justify that. And those are just one day there too. But your minister said only 177 Christians have died since 2021. We know that one attack alone has killed more than that. When this issue of the army came up, what did the army say? Did they know that the army general has returned to base with his armies? Now, see, my brother, this government is indefensible. Anybody who is devising logic to defend this kind of evil, my dear, I'm not praying anything. Just that thing which you are defending, it will come to you in abundance. Because we have gotten to a point where logic is no longer enough to engage with people. People have to speak directly. If you had allowed this conversation to move on, we would have gone far. And I want to say this on a final note. If you are not educated about modern warfare, you can just do yourself just watch clips of what is happening between Russia and Ukraine. People can fight you sufficiently without even stepping the foot in your country. Every day, Russia releases more than 600, 500 so drones, destroy many bases, military facilities. They don't need to send soldiers. Those who are doing ground force work are doing it. But the way Nigerian security issue is structured, you can fight them in a very, very modern way without even, with few people on the ground. And you say you don't want help. You say America will invade you. What are they even stealing? What do you have that America will steal? Do you not know that all your economy put together, this thing that they are fabricating figure to push up, is just less than 10% of California's economy? Are you not aware? So what is there to steal? The way Dangote is, who is the richest man in Africa, how much for all of Dangote's wealth? Imagine how much of a fraction it is to Elon Musk's wealth. What are they coming to steal? Then they will leave this. I am not defending, but it's your, you need to educate yourself so that you won't make a fool. People will not assume that you are representing Nigerians in the way you think. Now, since Trump made, mindset, I see your hand, since Trump made the warning, since you people are saying you want to solve your problem, has the situation not worsened before our own very eyes? Since Trump made the warning, there have been kidnappings rampant in different places. A brigadier general has died. Soldiers also died. In fact, people are not even talking about ordinary soldiers that died. They're just talking about demand because that's the big fish. What did your solution do? All you do is go about TRT world, you go and lie. Go to Al Jazeera and go and lie. Go to BBC and lie. My brother, this generation, the more you lie, the more deaths happen. People will get angry. Have some shame, please. Have some respect for people who are dying. I'm terrified that I shared country with people who think this way. Mindset, please. I'm really so pissed off, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sunday, for your submission. You have every right to be angry, and every other person have every right to be angry. It is called hard talk, right? We are going to speak. Sometimes some of the things that you will say, some of the things the other speakers will say, people will not be comfortable with it. But we are Nigerians, we have tried to find solution, right? So guys, as I said earlier on, we're not going to stay here for long. So please, let's be very mindful of time, that we can carry a brother person on the speaker section along. Roy, I can see you raise your hand. If you do, okay, Roy, go ahead quickly before I pass the mic to Mr. Ike.
Thank you, Mindset. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, so I don't have too much to say, but I just want everyone to have that sense of danger that the government is not going to protect them. The government in Nigeria right now is incapable of protecting Nigerians. And with the way things are going, it is heading to a point where it might be too late. Now, let me try to elaborate what I'm trying to say. For many years coming, 2015 to now, the fight with the terrorists, Boko Haram, has been one of a roaming enemy. There's no doubt that Boko Haram has posed a national threat. How many countries in the world would have an enemy and be unable to deal with the enemy, such that the populace would know that our government is protecting us and defending us? For different lies, from technically defeated to everything. I mean, the videos out there, the news about the general, they have moved from the forest where the problem had been their firepower, their weapons being more superior than the Nigerian military. That was the problem. The issue of whether we needed money for better weapons, better equipment, is now past. They have transitioned from being moving threats to part of the citizenry. They are now embedded in the community. That's what happened in Kwara with the CAC. How can you now tell? Will you attack every Fulani person you see in your community? They're blending the communities. They're using the local population now as camouflage, and it's going to go on. We got this warning many years ago. What did the government do about it? They planned to rig an election to rig themselves in and to do what? Not protection of lives and property, but security of their own life and their own property, as well as their family. How now the intelligence required when they were in the forest, Sambisa, was not as much as it would be required right now, because you need people to be able to tell you the movement of these terrorists, but they are using the military's own intelligence against it. Do you know how serious that is? Do you have an idea? They are moving horizontally and vertically now, from south to north, north to south, cross border freely. We have not improved our own equipment, and they are improving their equipment. They are even publishing magazines. ISWAP has a publication. Where is their printing press? No, this cannot happen in the same country where terrorists will be in your community and you would have the intelligence to round them up, go to wherever they are, intercept their communication, and use even the police force in the community. They will use the police force around terrorists up. But Nigeria, there is no commitment to do that. Not that the funds are not there. See, there is so much to, and I hope, Mindset, that we'll continue this conversation. I hope I recover my voice tomorrow and I'll add to this conversation. But you see, the time has gone past trying to win the argument. Oh, our side is being killed more than the other side. It's gone past that time. It is very, very alarming that we are still discussing like this. We're still saying these things. Reducing the value of lives is very, very surprising and disappointing. I yield.
All right, thank you very much, Roy, for your submission, and thank you for keeping to time as well. Let me quickly go to Mr. EK. Then Riverbest, I can see you, Baiki and Ariwa, I can see both of you raising your hand, and Mr. Harun as well. Mr. EK, you have the mic. Good morning.
Hey, thank you, guys. Well, it's been a minute. I've been raising my hands, requesting for the mic. Thank you for finally solving the problem. Hey, the issue is disturbing, and the fact that a general was zeroed out and killed shows how advanced the terrorist group are. It should be disturbing even for the Nigerian military, not even the civilians, because there are several ways they could have done this. That means that they have high advanced ISR drones that they are using in that region. These ISR are reconnaissance drones. They're able to search out a target, lock in on your GPS location. They have high advanced infrared cameras, so they're able to see you. You are not seeing them, they can see you. So, and another thing that could have happened is that the closed user group that the general was communicating with, that means that the terrorists have access to the closed user group. So even if they weren't using ISR drones, they're able to see his live location because he shared his live location on his WhatsApp group. So some people on the WhatsApp group may have shared, either the terrorists have already, gotten some of the soldiers, collected their phones, forced them to unlock, have access to their live location. So they're able to see everybody because once they get one person, they're able to see everybody's live location. So that's disturbing. So it's either the closed user group was compromised or they are drones. These guys, then so part of the ways to solve it is disturbing. We're talking about national issue. This is not about the North or South, or it's about national integrity. So don't come and say Nigeria being a sovereign nation. If we're able to get peace in the country, affects everybody. Some people, maybe Borno, Plateau, Benue, have not visited their community in the past 10 years. It should be disturbing to everybody. The one happening in the Southeast, some people in the Southeast have not gone to their community in the past 4 years. And it is disturbing for those of us from the Southeast that we can't bury our dead ones or do ceremonies in the Southeast. Then just imagine what the guys in the North are going through. The ones who are going in the South is disturbing for us. Then you can just imagine what the guys in the North are going through. It's tribal, it's religious, because the drivers are religious fundamentalists. If the Muslims are victims, they are very small victims. The major victims are the non-Muslims, because it's that's the mindset. So Nigeria, our religious wahala is just it's a trouble, it's a major problem. Then another thing that we should do, because another angle to it is the mineral exploration. The mineral exploration, what you have is that you have what you call soldiers of fortune, from all parts of the world. The sons of Abraham, people from Eastern Europe, people from Asia, they're all there. And the way they do is that they come do their mapping of where they want to mine. Of course, Nigeria already done a mapping, so we know where is. So they do another advanced mapping to find out the regions that they want to mine. They are in cahoots with the terror fundamentalists. So they tell the fundamentalists, this is the area, you need to clear the zone for mining. And the terrorists already have their fundamentalist ideal. They want to get the regions for Allah and all that. And these guys come in, they clear the area, they arm them, they go clear the area. The way they will clear you off, you will not have the confidence or courage to even come back again, because the way they will kill people there is so drastic that nobody will come down again. So you have Chinese, you have Israelis, you have Albanians, you have soldiers of fortune everywhere, and they are there with their tools. You clear it, and they're getting a cut. The terrorists are getting a cut of the process of the mining. And their cut, of course, they don't know what is what. So if you're getting $1 million a month, oh, it's exciting for them. And they are equally the ones policing the mining operation so that they can get some, something. So that's it. Either you're getting raw or that is mined out, gold or whatever, precious stone, you go and sell, or you're getting money. So however, so part of the solution in my mind is that, right to bear arms. All this that we cannot bear arms in Nigeria, we should review it. The last time I checked a few years ago, it was 600,000 naira for the license to get a pump action double barrel. We should drop that into 10,000 naira. Police, do your job, investigate people, but people, it should be easy because if you enter a community, 50,000 people in a community, and these 50,000, 10,000 of them have pump action that's 12 gauge, 6 or 12 round, this thing, and you come in with 200 terrorists that are carrying bullets, and each person is armed with about 200 rounds. That's 200 times 100, that's 20,000 compared to 10,000 people with 12 rounds, 120,000. We need to, because it's an extreme case, so we need an extreme correction. We need the right to bear arms at least for the next 10 years. Nigeria, after 10 years, then we'll review the policy. So government must, as a matter of saving the country and saving lives, trouble spots or no trouble spots, they need rights to bear arms. Make it affordable so that poor people can get it. Right to bear arms. Police, run their background, give them the arms they need. Light fire, they're not trying to get automatic. Pump action can do the trick. If a community of 20,000 people and you have 10,000 of them with 12 rounds, oh yes, the terrorists are going to really think twice before coming in. Yes, they're going to come in, but the space is going to drop. Another thing, we need international effort. There should be a 10-year embargo. It's going to hurt us as countrymen, but 10-year embargo for exportation of solid minerals from Nigeria. Just like they did that blood diamond coming out from Sierra Leone, South Africa, and everything. We need a blood, embargo on exportation of solid minerals from Nigeria so that the government will sit up. If we block it, international efforts on embargo for exportation of solid minerals from Nigeria, and they should map it, block it, and let me stop here. I see the mindset's hand open. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ike, for your wonderful submission and the solutions that you have profound. Hopefully the government will listen to this and then perhaps they would want to do something about it. I would have allowed you to continue just because of time. We should be rounding up very soon, but just to give those who have not contributed the opportunity. Mr. Baiki, I will come back to you, please. Rebabes, you have the mic. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you're speaking from. Mindset, thank you for the opportunity and everyone who has spoken and all the panelists and everyone on the listener section. I will just try and speak as slowly as I can because most times I shout while I speak. And in this even period, it gets one more agitated when, these things happen. And my greatest concern is, thinking always how all these things is going to end and how, we can find solutions to this problem. And most times it's just difficult for one to put your hand on how this whole thing is going to be resolved, because I'm happy that America is paying attention. I'm happy that Donald Trump has spoken. And I've always prayed that a time will come when at least the president of America will be able to show concern, to the extent that just making that speech or making that statement carries a lot of power. But beyond that, I don't know, what further actions and how they are going to go about it and how the whole thing is going to be resolved. Because the problem that will confront us is an existential one. It's one that is deeply rooted in ideology. And it's one that is going to stay with us for a very long time. And we have to be very, very, very practical about it. It's not something that we can wish out. It's something that we should stand firm and use every opportunity, every assistance we can get, every measure that we can, get to just keep ourselves afloat. And the only language that these people understand, the people that is confronting us, the only language they understand is force, is brutal force. That is the only thing that can make them better. The problem we have is that the Christian leaders in Nigeria, especially the big ones, are not speaking. And it's a problem because even their voice alone can also go a long way. If all of them can come together, can imagine if Kumuyi, if Adeboye, if Chris Yaklomi, if all these big, this thing that we have, if they can speak, their voices will even be just as strong as the President of the United States speaking. It will make these people to slow down a bit, because the problem that confronts us is not just the militant pussy, it's a global conspiracy. There is the Islamic war, there is powers between the Islamic war that want these things to happen. And when we speak about it, people think, oh, we are religious bigot. No, it's not religious, it's not bigotry, it's reality. It's rooted in the history of Islam, it's rooted in how this religion has carried out its conquest. And it's not just miscreants within the religion, it is the people who understood their religion, who understand what the religion entails, who knows how the best way to spread Islam. And the problem is that when they look back at the golden age of Islam and see how this religion was able to conquer, at least between 7th century and 15th century, so between the period that Prophet Muhammad died and 150 years after that period, they conquered 1/3 of the known world. 1/3 of the world, the whole of Middle East was taken over. Turkey, Ottoman Empire, Western Europe, even to the point. So that's why they were able to spread their tentacle, everywhere. And it's not like they butchered their way throughout the Roman Empire by either 742 or something. Prophet, no, see something. Muhammad wrote himself. He wrote the then emperor of the Byzantine Empire. I think it's Heraclius or something. Just you can Google it. He wrote him and said he wants him to convert to Islam. It's either you convert to Islam and have peace, or he will conquer him. And the Byzantine people refused. He conquered them within the period between 680 or 612 or something. They fought them until that place was conquered. So this idea that, oh, these people doing this thing, they are no more, this thing is not, it's a lie. And there are people who believe it today that the only way they can conquer, and they always like it when they have a Christian majority, a Christian being part of, they will make sure that slowly, they will take it. It happened in Lebanon. Lebanon we are talking about. In the 60s, it was almost like 80% Christian country. Today, it's like the other way around. These people mean what they are saying. Look at what they are doing in UK, what they are doing in Canada, what they are doing in every part. Even in America now, people are discussing it. They are discussing, and people, we would look at. Have you noticed that the country that these people hate much, whether you're talking about Iran, all of them, the country they hate much is the US and Israel. Why do they hate US so much and Israel? They hate US so much because the US is a superpower. They hate Israel so much because Israel has been able to develop themselves so much so that they're able to protect themselves. That's why every one of them, even in Nigeria, the Muslims, they hate Israel. You ask me, why do they hate them? They try to demo. That's why most time when I see people shouting, "Oh, Hamas, this one, children dying in Palestine," and all this nonsense that people talk about, try to demonize Israel. The fight that Israel is doing is actually